Hello everyone, welcome to Zenless Zone Zero. We are going to pull for Vivian. Last time we lost to Arena, so we have a guarantee. I do want to pull for Hugo later on, so we do got to save some for him, so hopefully all goes well. Alright, 17. Damn, only one A? Okay. Well, I think I needed that, so that's good. Vivian, it's me! Okay, she can't hear me, but I got two. These are not the most interesting pulls, I won't lie. 57. Okay. What? Okay, well, this has to be it, so... Hello? Please come home. Faithin is here. Goodness gracious. Not as,
What can this little old trucker do for ya?
Come here, Vivian.
Let
there
me
you
make
are.
This clear in advance. I'm only here for Lord Faithin.
Right here. We're going to play part 2 of Bury Your Tears with the Past. I'm actually going to try to play through the entire quest, so this could be a pretty long video. Go talk to Wise, who's busy playing on his Nintendo 3DS or something. Vivian sent a message. Seems they've made more progress on the sacrifice issue. Let's go meet up. Rest on the sofa. Yep, that's what we do. You originally planned to watch some videotapes and rest on the sofa, but you ended up falling asleep instead, until you hear something nearby. Okay.
Lord Faithin, this time let me.
Vivian? Vivian?
Apparently we all fall asleep on the sofa.
I didn't disturb your sleep, did I?
You need anything?
You're here super early today, Vivian. Is there something urgent?
Mockingbird's death has stirred up quite the storm. I took some time to gather intel. It seems someone deliberately leaked the story that Hugo is an illegitimate child of the Ravenlock family. But I haven't found the source yet.
You know, Hugo probably did that himself. Could it be Hartman? Oh,
Could it be Hugo's
I guess
uncle,
it could
Hartman?
be him.
Maybe he's trying to turn people against Hugo and Mockingbird by playing the illegitimate child card.
I suspected that too. He could be using Hugo's background to make people believe Mockingbird is just another Top's pawn. But after some digging, I was surprised to find that the public isn't turning on Hugo. They're actually starting to see him in a better light.
Well, he's got a sob
Some people
story.
feel bad for him. Some relate to his struggles. Public outcry against Hartman is growing, with many believing he murdered Hugo for his own selfish gain. Tops is hosting an industry summit this week, a responsibility usually handled by the Ravenlocks. But my sources tell me another family has taken over this year at the last minute. If I'm not mistaken, Tops is intentionally keeping its distance from the Ravenlock family due to the current public sentiment.
Hartman won't just give up like that.
Sounds like Hartman's in a pretty bad spot right now.
And that's what worries me. Hartman, in all likelihood, must have taken the sacrifice core. And now that he has this bargaining chip, who knows what kind of deal he'll strike with the Exaltists.
Sorry for interrupting, Vivian, but I need a quick word with Belle.
Oh, no problem at all.
Okay.
Belle, Lycon's outside the video store.
Oh.
He knows Vivian is with us, so he's hesitant about coming in. He's stressing over what he did to Hugo in front of Vivian, but he really needs to talk to us.
I'll go talk to him.
I'll go talk to Lycon.
Good morning, Master Proxy.
Good morning.
Good morning, Lycon. Wise mentioned you wanted to talk to us and Vivian about something?
Yes, it's an urgent request from the mayor, one that directly affects New Eridu's safety. However, before we get into the details, as a former member of Mockingbird, I'm concerned about Miss Vivian. I don't know Miss Vivian very well, and I was the one who took her companion's life. Would you mind coming in with me? I'd like to apologize to Miss Vivian in person.
Okay.
Miss Vivian, as a former member of Mockingbird, you have my deepest respect. You have my word, whatever comes next. I would never harm you or Master Proxy. As for Hugo, please accept my condolences.
Condolences? That's not necessary. Mockingbird has plenty of tricks up its sleeves. This isn't the kind of act that ends so easily. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, she
You're
already
right.
knows.
The mayor has tasked me with inviting you to take on this mission, and hopes we can work together moving forward.
If the mayor wants to work with us, I trust he will demonstrate his sincerity in kind. Mockingbird will not serve as a pawn for the powerful. That will never change.
Of course. I'll connect the call to the mayor now.
My dear friends, I'm glad you're willing to keep working with me. I'm truly sorry about what happened to Mr. Hugo Vlad. I didn't anticipate things would turn out this way. As mayor, I can't fully condone Mockingbird's actions, but personally, I had a lot of respect for Mr. Hugo Vlad. I looked further into Bringer's map. The sacrifices were created by an Exaltist named Landon, who was active in Janus Quarter. Mr. Landon passed away in an accident a few years ago. Before he died, he was researching sacrifices and was said to have created a batch of serum that could turn
Well, that
living
doesn't sound
people
like
into
an accident.
sacrifices. The problem was, the serum wasn't stable, and after his death, the recipe was lost. No one knows what happened to the Exaltist in Janus Quarter back then. But it's clear that after the leader died, there haven't been major Exaltist activities in the area. Bringer's map marks the locations where the Exaltists' most successful attempts at creating sacrifices were.
Already passed away.
Since this person has already passed away, and the Exaltists haven't been active around here for a while, then could it be that this is just Hartman acting on his own?
Unfortunately, that's not the case. My sources confirmed that Hartman had been secretly in contact with someone, and they only meet inside the Hollow. If my guess is correct, Hartman has gotten in touch with the remaining members of the Exaltists that used to follow Landon, helping them create new sacrifices.
So, what exactly do we stand to gain from partnering with you? Please don't tell me you're doing this out of some noble concern for your citizens. I'm not some hero of justice. And I don't believe in lofty ideals or empty promises.
We have a common enemy. While our ideologies may differ, we can work together on this. And as proof of good faith, I may not know exactly where Hartman is, but I can fan the flames over Mockingbird's death and escalate conflicts within the Ravenlock family.
So it was you behind the rumors.
Oh,
I'm not the one who started the rumors. I just helped them spread faster after they leaked. And I pulled a few strings to make sure the story painted Mr. Hugo Vlad as a heroic figure who was unfairly persecuted. Now let me lay out my terms for collaboration. After looking into it, I found that the dormant sacrifice you discovered wasn't the only one. There are more places where sacrifices might be lying dormant. Too many eyes are on me right now, so I can't send my own men to deal with it. I'd like to ask you to retrieve the sacrifices from those locations. I'll make sure to dispose of them once you do, so no one will be able to use them again. On top of that, I've asked a friend to help monitor your physical condition, and maybe even uncover more of your potential. Her research overlaps with your teacher's work. You don't need to worry about her capabilities. She's a Void Hunter rank special investigator. So it looks like you both are on board with this commission and ready to help recover the sacrifices?
Okay.
well, if you say okay, it's
We
okay
don't
with
want
me.
new Eridu falling into chaos either.
I have her.
Lord Phaethon, thank you for trusting Mockingbird and me.
You got it.
Has someone already taken the dormant sacrifice from here? Or did the Exaltists decide to relocate it? No. If these dormant sacrifices aren't handled carefully, they could awaken and turn against anyone nearby. Did she realize the mayor was looking into this?
If you hear another voice of someone debating, you don't know who it is, so you pull her aside to listen.
Did Hartman just make up this intel to get a shot working with us at Tops? I've been walking around forever and haven't found a thing.
The Ravenlocks have always been a shady bunch. No surprise they've gone downhill over the years.
I heard they were pretty loaded back in the day. What kind of business did they run?
No clue. On the surface, their businesses seemed legit, but who knows what was happening behind the curtain.
Probably something with the sacrifices. I mean, how else would he know about the dormant ones left around here for years? And he was so sure that even if those original sacrifices didn't work out, he had a backup plan.
Backup plan? What could that be?
Well, that's beyond me. I just happened to overhear something while I was next to Mr. Edmund one day. What's Topps planning to do with all these sacrifices, huh? For research?
Don't ask questions you shouldn't be asking.
All right. There's nothing here anyway. Let's leave the Hollow and report back on what we found. And we'll make it just in time to clock out for the fieldwork shift.
Let's get out of here first.
And they're gone.
Hartman, that fool. He'll do anything to get into Topps, even if it means playing with fire. She's an Exaltist. Human lives have never mattered to her. The more people get dragged in, the greater the danger.
What are you talking about? Who is this she you're talking about?
Vivian, I've been dying to know. Who is this she you keep mentioning?
I apologize for losing my composure. Please don't mind me. The she I'm referring to is with the Exaltists. Someone I have a history with. I never meant to hide anything from you. It's just that for me, the Exaltists bring back painful memories. And I'm not ready to face them yet. So,
I mean, that's
Lord
okay,
Vaden,
but I'd still like a
please
name.
give me a little more time. Once I've gathered my thoughts, I promise I'll tell you everything.
Okay, sure.
Sure.
There's...
Is that she? Oh, that lady!
I knew it was you, Vivian.
Camille! What are you doing here, sis? Are you destroying the dormant sacrifice?
Vivian, don't call me sis. I'm not your sister.
Are you trying to stop the Exaltists?
I never left the Exaltists.
You know what Landon did back then!
Lord Landon did it for the Creator. His methods may have been extreme, but they were necessary. Back then, you walked away. You should do the same now. We didn't meet today. Take your friends and leave.
What's wrong? Are you being forced into this? I can help you.
Help me? Like how you helped her? Vivian, you're crying. You see me, don't you?
No,
You haven't changed a bit, Vivian. No need to hide your tears. I know exactly what's ahead for me. You've made your choice. And I've made mine.
Camille gives Vivian one last glance that throws a smoke bomb to the ground. The noise attracts some ethereals. Even though you have many questions, dealing with the imminent threat feels like the right choice right now.
okay.
You two took longer than I expected. Did something happen?
We searched the coordinates the mayor provided. Most of them were already empty. No door. Camille, the Exaltists have been actively destroying the dormant sacrifices.
The Exaltists? There's no reason for them to go after the sacrifices, right?
I saw it too.
Vivian is telling the truth.
And one of them is someone I once knew. I thought she would leave the Exaltists after Landon's death. But she stayed.
Do you have a history with the Exaltists, Vivian?
When I was a child, I stayed with the Exaltists for a while. Back then, Landon was one of the most respected figures among the Exaltists in this region. A lot happened. And after Landon died, I left. I can't turn a blind eye to the sacrifices. I know all too well how many lives have been lost bringing them into existence. Ever since I learned a sacrifice had appeared in Janna's quarter, I haven't been able to stop worrying. I won't let history repeat itself. That's why I asked Hugo to investigate, starting with the sacrifice core.
Vivian.
Please stop. I'm not looking for comfort, but when I do need comforting, I'll come straight to you. I hope you'll make time for me, Lord Vaden. Just so you know, I'm not the easiest to console.
Yeah, you kinda are. All I have to say is,
No worries.
you're great.
I'll totally have your back until you're feeling better.
Okay. Back to the matter at hand. That conversation between those two TOPS employees back in the Hollow is still bothering me. They said Hartman had a backup plan. And that got me thinking about some news that was quietly swept under the rug. Lately, there have been mining accidents in Ravenlock-controlled areas. Many workers have died. The families were paid off with huge settlements, way more than usual. No protests, no controversy, and the issue was buried. But considering the Ravenlock's financial position, why would they be so generous with payouts?
Sounds sketchy.
That sounds sketchy.
Precisely. I don't think those workers died in mining accidents. I'm planning to reach out to some old friends. Do you have time, Lord Phaethon?
My old friend, it's Hugo!
She's like a mentor to me.
Oh, what the hell? It's Rain.
Rain! Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Rain?
Rain? You two knew each other?
Yeah, Phaethon. Long time no see.
Rain, you actually know that Lord Phaethon is Lord Phaethon? No, I mean, you actually know Belle is Lord Phaethon.
I didn't know right away. Why are you all tense? Right! Lord Phaethon lives on 6th Street too, and might know your idol. Remember when you traced that post on Internaut to 6th Street and actually went to check it out? And you came back all bummed, like there was only a black cat at the location, and maybe your idol is actually a talking cat. Or something like that.
I think I know that black cat.
I know that black cat.
Lord Phaethon, please,
I actually
let's
do.
drop
I pet
this
it
topic.
on 6th
Come
Street.
on, Vivian. It's been years, and you still won't say who your idol is.
Alright, let's help her out.
Rain, Vivian said you might have some new intel. So let's get to the important stuff first.
All right, let's get down to business. The Ravenlock family's claim that those missing workers died in an accident? Don't buy it. The last signal from those workers was near the Hollow. Then communication went dark. I think they were taken into the Hollow. And yesterday, I picked up that the Ravenlock family secretly hired some people to search the Hollow's perimeter. I caught a weird distress signal from someone and managed to track down the source. When I tried to reach out, the signal cut out completely. The last trace of the signal was near Lumina Square. Finding someone in real life isn't really my thing. So that's where you come in.
Are we gonna go see this weak man over here?
Don't take me back, please. I was wrong. I know I messed up. I don't want your money anymore. Please, no.
Calm down.
Who are you? I won't say anything. Just let me go.
We are not PubSec, the HIA, or the Ravenlock family. We simply want to know where the Ravenlock family took you and what they made you do.
I can't say. I can't tell you. I have a family. They'll hurt them. You never saw me. Please, just stop asking.
I'll help you return to your family. But you must tell us precisely what happened.
Hartman offered a huge amount of money, looking for workers to go into the Hollow to guard something. The money was way too good. We all kind of figured something wasn't right. I thought it was just smuggling or guarding some kind of illegal ether resources, so I signed up. After we sent in our applications, Hartman's men took us into the Hollow. The first place we went, there was a strange box. When we got there, they handed us some pills, saying they'd improve our aptitude for ether, for us to last longer in the Hollow. But after I took them, everything went fuzzy. When I woke up, I saw my coworkers dead in front of me.
Ugh.
And there was blood all over my hands. They said something about me being a good experiment, moved me somewhere else, and locked me up. They wanted to inject me with something. I got scared and didn't know what was gonna happen. But then a blonde guy found me, gave me a carrot, and let me go.
Let's go, Hugo.
I escaped.
We'll arrange for your protection. You can rest easy and recover, and your family won't be dragged into this. Once this is all over, you will be able to reunite with them.
Alright, we contact Lycon. You're remarkably calm. Probably because she sees what happens.
Vivian. You're just so calm and decisive when things get tough. Totally different from the impression you gave me at first.
Actually, I wasn't always like this. There was even a point where I just wanted to disappear. I wondered, Perhaps leaving it all behind could put an end to the pain.
It's kind of hard to imagine.
Whoa. It's hard to imagine you like that.
Well, I was on a mission at the auction when we first met. And just as Rain said, I've come a long way from who I used to be.
Speaking of Rain.
Speaking of Rain, and you even know one Denny Boo. Can you believe we might have passed each other so many times without even realizing it?
She's been to the Chaotic Hall of the Camella Golden Week. She has her favorite sandwich at Cheesetopia. She's even received a star sticker. After a long chat, it's time for a meal. It really is a date.
It should be around here. That store's been sitting in my favorites for ages.
Lord Phaethon!
Huh? What's up?
I've seen that black cat on 6th Street. That harmonica in the outer ring you mentioned. I've heard it before, too. I've even been to the monument outside Hollow Zero.
Because you've been following me?
But none
Yeah,
of
I knew.
that was a coincidence. It was me. Following you, and now I've finally made it to your side.
Wow, I'm so shocked.
Ever since I was little, I had been seen as the bringer of bad fortune. I had traveled to many places and witnessed far too much misfortune. Every tear I shed brought disaster. I've heard too many curses to count. One night, I stumbled upon a post discussing me. Whether they knew me or not, everyone seemed convinced that I was the source of the curse. Some mocked me with cruel intent. Some wished I would vanish, and others speculated maliciously. It really seemed that my very existence was a disaster. In that moment, as darkness enveloped the city, I saw lights flickering to life all around New Eridu. So many lights. And not knowing where to go, I thought, if only I could disappear into those lights. I made up my mind. And right then, my phone rang. I decided to take one last look. I wanted to know who left me my final message from this world. It was you, Lord Phaethon.
It was? Are you absolutely certain and not wise?
Wait, really? Me?
Yes. And I checked with the other Lord Phaethon. You were the one using the account at that time. But I know you probably don't remember it. After all, it was just an ordinary day with an ordinary post and meaningless comments online. But for me, it was the night I finally realized where I could go. I wanted to walk the paths you had walked, see the sights you had seen.
What on earth did I post?
And then, one day, share it all with you, face to face.
What exactly did the comment say?
What did I even say in that comment?
Well, you'll have to figure it out for yourself.
Oh no!
Huh? No!
Not the
So,
cliffhanger.
Lord Phaethon, thank you, not only for that comment you made that day, which was a silver lining for me, but also for
It
giving
must
me
have
the
been like
courage
a
to become who I
cliche
am
don't
today.
give up post or
The
something.
Vivian
I don't
standing
know.
right in front of you now, Lord Phaethon. I truly like who I've become.
The lights perfected and her eyes dance and flicker as if eager to share the stories of the past, both the good and the bad. Emotions intertwine with the narratives, and you feel as though you're witnessing the path she has traveled. And then we kiss. Oh.
Lycon just sent a message.
Master Proxy, Miss Vivian. The gentleman Rena brought back has stabilized and calmed down now. Based on his account, we've identified where Hartman is hiding the core.
Now that we have the location, it would be splendid if we could seize the sacrifice core before they do.
What you guys doing? Being sketchy.
Where's the sacrifice core?
Camille, you really think I'd stroll around with something this important?
I'm just here to verify that the core you mentioned is real. Our partnership isn't just talk.
Sure thing. I'll take you to where I keep the core. Once you verify it's legit, have Lady Dina come over.
All right. Lead the way.
Hand over what's in the box.
Yeah, where you at?
What?
Let's see if you can get past me first.
Let's hurry and secure the sacrifice core.
Give me that box.
Lord Vathan, the box is empty. So Hartman never kept the core here to begin with?
Damn.
How
Oh,
did you even find your way here? Where's the core in the box?
You call this keeping the sacrifice core safe?
just everyone stands confronting each other. A voice comes from behind.
Vivian, it's been ages.
Oh, this
Dina.
is Dina.
Oh my, you actually remember me. So sweet. Look at you, thriving. I thought you'd totally forgotten about our past. So, tell me, do you ever dream about the people you've killed? Are they crying in your head all night?
Back then, I had no idea.
You had no idea? While you were soaking up all that love from Daddy and everyone else, you had no idea what was going on?
I wasn't...
Lady Dina, Miss Vivian didn't actually...
Camille, when did I say you could meet up with Hartman today?
I just wanted to make sure the sacrifice core is legit.
Really? So loyal. I thought you'd be more like the old days. Just a few words from Vivian, and you'd be plotting my demise. Just like what you did with Father.
Okay, there's a lot
I
of history
won't,
going on
Lady
here.
Dina.
However, I do understand your worries. This core, it's fake.
Oh, well, that
No
works
way!
for us.
I got this straight from Hugo. It can't be fake.
Well,
How
he
can you
was
just claim it's fake without
literally
any proof?
ripping you off, man.
Ugh,
It was a scam.
Seriously.
Dina approaches Hartman and coldly inserts the core into an open wound on one of his subordinates. The guy collapses to the ground, screaming. Dina wipes her hands and casts a look of disdain.
The sacrifice core can max out the ether particles within human bodies in no time at all. But look at your little subordinate. How uncouth. He's making noises like some animal. Can you shut him up? So annoying. The masterpiece Father made for the Creator isn't this worthless piece of junk you're holding.
Dina, you understand what the sacrifices are. And you know those who were blessed should not have to endure such horrors.
Oh? They shouldn't have suffered those horrors. Weren't you the one who decided if they'd be blessed or not? If it weren't for your tears, how would they have encountered such misfortune? How self-righteous, Vivian. Their fates were in your hands. It was you who brought...
Landon just needed an excuse. He needed someone to blame. Whether I shed tears or not, he'd treat living beings as mere subjects for his sacrifice experiments. Dina, you know all of this. Landon even went so far as to sacrifice you.
Shut up, shut up, shut up! Father did it for his great cause. You just had to ruin my plan. I was so close to fulfilling Father's last wish. If you don't give me the sacrifice core, be prepared to become food for the ethereals.
I told you I don't have the sacrifice core. Lord Phaethon, find the right moment to retreat.
Oh, really? You don't have it? Then I suppose there isn't a reason to keep you alive.
There isn't a reason to keep you alive either. As Dina finishes her words, several explosions erupt, followed by tremors in the ground, signaling the rapid approach of numerous ethereals. In a panic, Hartman rushes to the car he summoned, taking Camille and Dina with him. Why does he just have a car? Why don't we have a car?
Stay away from Lord Phaethon!
What? Oh, whoa.
There are so many.
What have lasers? What ethereals are these?
It's ink.
Shun Palace, good fortune, closed gate, safety.
What?
An evil miasma gathers here. Another place of conflict. If you wish to avoid disaster, then head southeast.
Hello?
Now!
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Ooh, that's cool.
Finally, peace and quiet. You must be Belle, right? Mayflower mentioned a special partner might need my help.
You are...
Can I ask, who are you?
I'm the 13th generation master of Yunque Summit. You can call me Yishuan. Mayflower passed along your info, and I was curious what kind of person you are, so I came to see. At first, I thought it might be a hassle, but your energy feels really calming. Quite nice, actually.
Are you the investigator?
Oh, so you're the investigator the mayor talked about.
Yes. He also asked me to be your temporary teacher and offer you a bit of guidance.
Guidance?
Guidance?
Unfortunately, this isn't the right time or place to talk. I have some investigation work to catch up on, and it seems you've got quite a lot on your hands, so let's part ways for now.
No, I
I'll find
need
a good
your
time
help.
to visit you soon.
Please. Yushuan leaves after saying this while Vivian appears lost in thought, looking distracted.
I'm so sorry, Lord Vathan. I'm just not feeling very well.
Well, I don't blame you. That lady was manipulative as hell.
I think I'll head back for now. Lord Vathan, are you going to rest now?
Are you feeling down?
I'm not in a hurry to get back. You've been kind of off since we got out, and it's got me worried. I'm a pretty good listener, you know.
Plus,
didn't
it's
mean
me,
to keep
after
my
all.
past from you, Lord Vathan. When I was little, people thought I brought misfortune, so no matter where I went, no one wanted me around for long. Then, one day, Landon adopted me and brought me to the Exaltists. There, I met Dina, who was so kind to me, treating me like a dear sister. She told me her father, Landon, was a great man who'd one day make everyone stop fearing the Hollows, so all life could live freely inside and outside of them. Dina helped Landon pick people for the blessing, and everyone in the Exaltists respected her greatly. Those who received the blessing would have a better ether aptitude, allowing them to enter the Hollow freely without fear of sudden disaster. Landon told me I didn't only bring misfortune, and that if I listened to him, I could actually help people. After that, he'd take me to meet people, and if I shed tears, he'd give them a blessing medicine. Those who got the blessing could dodge calamities. At first, I was ecstatic, thinking I could help others. I shared my joy with Dina, but that was when she started to pull away from me.
Was the blessing medicine the sacrifice serum?
The blessing medicine. Please tell me that wasn't the sacrifice serum Bringer had.
Yes. To be precise, it was an early version of the sacrifice serum. Landon's medicine wasn't stable. The medicine Landon developed could boost abilities quickly, but also sped up the development of ether corruption. In the end, most people turned into ethereals, and a few became sacrifices, losing all human consciousness. The ethereals were killed while the sacrifices were given to the higher-ups of the Exaltists. The Exaltists wanted the sacrifices to hold human consciousness, so Landon's medicine was seen as a failure, and he gradually lost influence within the Exaltists. One day, I saw Dina, and tears streamed down my face. In a bid to save his reputation, Landon decided to let his own daughter receive the blessing. I had always thought that getting the blessing was a good thing, until I saw terror in Dina's eyes that day. That evening, I broke Landon's rules for the first time and followed him out of the Exaltist's residence. I trailed him to the Hollow, where I witnessed someone who had been blessed becoming corrupted. In the end, that person became an ethereal. Then, without hesitation, Landon killed him. Before Landon returned, I went back to the residence and snuck into his study. And there, I uncovered the truths I just told you. And just a few days later, it was time for Dina to be blessed. I wanted to save her and stop anyone else from getting deceived. So, That day, I told everyone present that Landon should be the one to receive the blessing, not Dina. At first, Landon argued, and no one believed me. But in front of them all, I looked at him and let my tears fall.
Vivian starts to recount what happened that day.
Lord Landon, please accept the blessing.
Vivian, you...
Why won't you accept the blessing? Were you lying to us?
Ungrateful fools! You have no use anymore!
Liar!
Run! Run!
Dina, wake up! We have to go.
Vivian, what's happening?
Listen to me. Lord Landon's so-called blessing isn't...
Oh man.
Father!
No, I was just...
Dina, I just didn't want you to accept the blessing. Everyone who does ends up...
I just don't want to lose my father.
You knew? If you knew what he's done, you...
He's my father. He's all I have. Stop being self-righteous, Vivian. You only ever bring misfortune.
I thought once Landon was gone, Dina would leave the Exaltists. I never expected her to continue his research, or that Camille would stay. Thank you for listening to my story today. Years have gone by, but I've never had the courage to face all this. I'll track down the location of the sacrifice core and let you know what I find. Good night, Lord Bathan.
When you wake, it's almost noon. Ah. That sounds pretty relatable. Belle, Vivian was in the store just now, but you weren't here. No, I was here, I was just asleep. Anyway, it was about the sacrifice core. The first time the sacrifice core appeared was at the auction, so she decided to try and find the security footage from after that day. It's possible more happened afterwards and we're simply unaware of it. If you have time, let's go. Earlier, Vivian exchanged information with an acquaintance in the auction house's lounge.
Shawl, I didn't expect you to be working here. Perfect.
I was just covering someone's shift. The screening here is super strict, and I was afraid the supervisor would realize I was new and subbing for someone, so I hid in the control room during the supervisor's inspection.
Okay.
So I happened to bump into this guy, a blonde man wearing a hat, and I think he was checking some footage. Then he logged that footage into the tape he brought. Later, I found that part of the footage had been wiped.
Blonde, wearing a hat. Could it be Hugo? Thank you, Shaw.
Great! If it weren't for you cleaning up my messes, I would have been fired ages ago. All right, go ahead and do what you need to do.
Lord Phaethon, you're here! Someone I used to work part-time with just happens to be covering a shift at the auction. I learned from her that Hugo once took some footage away with him. Wait a minute, Hugo's alive? Oh my god! Hugo was planning something, so he hid the security footage. But once I knew when Hugo came here, I should be able to guess where he put the videotape. Once, on a mission, we could use communicators, so Hugo trained a few birds and put trackers on them so he could communicate. The birds are spies. It's real. I mean, this is not a black bird, but I'll take a picture. They're cute. A penguin bull. Yeah, that's the bird. I think this is the bird, everybody. This one. That looks right. Is little crow. That's the one. Alright. It looks like we found a tape, so we're gonna take a look at it. Fairy repairs the videotape, and you watch the recording. The content leaves you shocked. It's a conversation between Hugo and Camille. When did this happen?
If I'm not mistaken, you and Vivian share the same goal. Silence is no good for negotiation.
I just don't want Dina to reach a point of no return.
Hasn't she already reached that point with what she's doing?
The formula for the Landon serum was lost, but a batch survived, and Dina was able to develop a substance that can be used for mind control. She's trying to combine the two to make sacrifices that would obey human commands. if the dormant sacrifice and the remaining Landon serum are destroyed, we can put an end to this. Dina's concoction can't create sacrifices on its own.
And the sacrifice core?
That belongs to the creator, not her. Although I find Landon's methods despicable, I can't deny that the Exaltists and the creator are leading us in the right direction. I just don't want Dina to spend her life trapped by her father's mistakes.
I mean, no offense, but I find your protectiveness rather weird. I will confirm the location of the dormant sacrifice and find the chance to relay the information to you. I do not want any of my people to be going into danger. As for the sacrifice core, I can only guarantee that it will not fall into her hands. As for how things will ultimately play out,
the creator will guide me.
The video abruptly comes to an end.
Camille was actually destroying the dormant sacrifice?
Val, Lycon said there's something urgent he needs to discuss with us right now.
Master Proxy, I apologize for disturbing you. We have just learned that the Ravenlock family will host a banquet tonight. This banquet is rather special, as they're allowing members of their family to invite business partners to attend. The mayor has been spreading rumors of a young tycoon who inherited a sizable fortune and is looking to partner with a person from an old and influential family. This information has lured a young man named Burton from the Ravenlock family.
So, you want me to pose as this tycoon and use Burton to infiltrate the banquet?
Correct. And Hartman's study is also located within the venue.
What about me?
So, what should I do?
You can attend as her +1.
+1? Lord Phaethon, please go with me!
Master Roxy.
Miss Banshee, I believe I've shown you my sincerity. Now how about you?
Hello, Mr. Burton.
Sincerity? My presence here is a show of sincerity. My companion and I are practically famished. Is this how you treat your guests? By letting them starve?
Yeah, man. Come on.
Perhaps when we've had our fill, we'll remember where the sacrifice is hidden.
You know where the sacrifice is?
So, can we go get something to eat now?
Of course. I wouldn't let such an important guest discuss matters on an empty stomach. I'll come find you later.
In accordance with the plan, you head deep into the manor after sneaking out of the banquet hall with Vivian. It doesn't take you long to reach Hartman's study, and with a gentle push, the door actually opened. Bro, it wasn't even locked.
Isn't this going a bit too well?
But just in case, let's tell Lycon.
Right.
We found nothing. Footsteps suddenly come from outside. In a moment of panic, you hide behind the desk. Maybe it's Hugo.
Esteemed guests,
no, it's not.
Is the catering at the Ravenlock family banquet not to your satisfaction?
Did we contact the Lycon?
So much so that these two distinguished guests felt the need to come to my humble office to scavenge for food. Vivian, Phaethon, give Hugo my regards. Tell him I shall be taking the wealth and power of the Ravenlock family for myself.
Hartman raises his gun, aiming at the desk. Yet there's no gunshot. With a clink of metal, a familiar voice comes, "Yeah!
Bullet! How?
Let's go!"
Hugo! Impossible! You're...
Uncle, you must know a Ravenlock will never stop until they get what they want. Did you really think I would be defeated so soon? When I have yet to trample you into the dirt.
You filthy
We have
bastard.
unfinished business.
You only know how to resort to these petty tricks!
Petty tricks? Perhaps you'd like to know what I managed to accomplish using this faked death of mine, my dear uncle.
Shortly before.
Faking my own death. Hope it's all worth the theatrics in the end.
Oh, we're going up to Lycon. Okay. Guess Lycon knew.
You're taking longer to rest than I expected.
Lycon, you think too highly of my physical capabilities. Well, thank you for your cooperation. I must say, if nothing else, at least your acting skills have improved.
Have you never thought about what the consequences would be if I didn't understand your code? If I decided against helping you? Or if I just couldn't control my strength properly?
You'd understand it. Of course. If things really did go awry, I had alternative plans. You wouldn't be so arrogant as to think I'd bet everything on you, would you?
You're insane.
Aw, I'm flattered.
So what exactly is the purpose behind all this? Surely after going to such great lengths to erase your own existence, you don't just plan to hide here and reminisce about the past with me. Don't try to brush this off.
I used my identity in Mockingbird to strike a deal with Hartman and gather information on their collaboration with the remnants of the Exaltists. That's where I got my intel on what Bringer left. Oh, by the way, the crime declaration letter that your dear mayor received, that was also sent by yours truly. He's probably figured that out by now, right? Though I'm not sure if he told you.
The mayor learned about the sacrifice attacks through his own means, but lacked an opportunity to take action. That warning letter was precisely what he needed.
You aren't hopeless yet.
When I helped you put on your little act, killing you in front of everyone, you left the sacrifice core to Hartman. That was intentional too, then?
Oh, yes. And it worked like a charm, didn't it? I want revenge on the Ravenlock family. And I will make sure that despicable excuse for a human being, Hartman, suffers a slow, torturous end. Of course. I also promised Vivian that I would help her investigate the whole thing with the Exaltists. That's all.
You don't look too good. Is it your wounds?
No. This is the first problem I plan to resolve. Lycon, do you have a place that is sufficiently discreet, quiet, and can take a lot of damage?
Lycon leads Hugo to a small warehouse in Port Elpis. Hugo looks quite pleased with the place. After scanning the area for a moment, he sits down on a chair, pulls out some rope, and ties himself up. What is going on? Hello?
What exactly are you doing?
Don't look at me like that. If I didn't have to do this, I wouldn't. Hartman recently obtained a bizarre substance, most likely from those crazy Exaltists. After use, it allows control of the victim's mind.
Don't tell me you took it!
To some extent.
You were dosed with it.
To be more precise, Lycon, I deliberately allowed Hartman to put this drug in my cup.
You didn't have any tricks to, like, not drink it? Hugo tells Lycon of what happened back in the private suite when he was negotiating with Hartman. The only reason Hartman agreed to work with him was because of this. Because he had drugged that red liquid. After that, every time Hugo and Hartman met up, the latter would always add a small dose of that drug into Hugo's cup, and then ask questions, attempting to glean information.
After finding out about it, I quickly found someone to help analyze its composition.
Oh, you didn't know.
The good news is he gave me a very low dosage, perhaps because he was afraid I might notice. There's a different medication that can delay its onset, preventing me from actually being under his control. I simply need to put on a show in front of my dear uncle. The bad news is that currently there is no antidote. When I delay those effects, however, they will accumulate and erupt when my body reaches its limit. It may even break my mind, and that's exactly what's happening now. I need to endure those accumulated consequences. So, I will lock myself in this room for however long that takes. I've tied my limbs to prevent me from smashing this place or accidentally hurting myself.
I guess we don't have a choice.
Anyway, after you leave, do not open this door, no matter what you hear.
I recommend seeking professional medical assistance.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
This is advice I received from a doctor. So, Lycon, come find me here at the scheduled time. All you need to do is smile. and await my victory.
I understand. Don't die, you stupid bastard.
Don't die, stupid.